When you finally let go, peace arrives. Buddhist wisdom. Have you ever noticed how exhausting it feels to hold on too tightly? We cling to relationships that no longer bring harmony, to ambitions that exhaust us, to memories of the past that replay endlessly in our minds. We tell ourselves, if I just try harder, if I just hold on a little longer, I will finally find peace. Yet paradoxically, the tighter we grip, the further peace seems to slip away. In the teachings of the Buddha, this experience has a name: attachment. Attachment is not love, nor is it responsibility. It is the subtle insistence that life must go exactly as we imagine, people must behave according to our expectations, and that our world must remain under our control. When life inevitably changes, as it always does, suffering arises. The Buddha once compared clinging to holding a rope with a knot. The more we pull, the tighter the knot becomes, cutting into our hands, causing pain. Only when we pause, breathe, and gently release do we discover that freedom was always possible. This is the essence of Buddhist wisdom. When you finally let go, peace arrives. But what does it really mean to let go? Does it mean giving up on our dreams, abandoning our loved ones, or walking away from all responsibility? Not at all. In Buddhism, letting go does not mean apathy or withdrawal. It means releasing the illusion that we can control what is uncontrollable, opening ourselves to the truth of impermanence. To let go is to free our heart from the prison of must-be so it can rest in the spaciousness of it is. Consider a river. If you try to dam its flow with your bare hands, frustration is inevitable. But if you learn to float with the current, you discover a freedom that is light, effortless, and full of grace. Life is like this river. Holding on to its waters is impossible. Opening your hands allows you to feel its coolness, its beauty, and its endless movement. This teaching is not abstract philosophy, it is an invitation to practice. In every moment of daily life, we can observe, am I clinging or am I allowing? Am I resisting change or am I embracing it? Am I holding on to anger or am I releasing it with compassion? These small questions carry the seeds of liberation. In this video, we will explore the path of letting go in 3 parts. First, we will reflect on why we struggle so much to release our grip, even when holding on clearly causes pain. Second, we will look at what letting go truly means in the light of Buddhist wisdom, and why it leads not to emptiness, but to deep peace. Finally, we will explore practical steps, mindful breathing, meditation, acts of compassion that anyone can practice to loosen the knots of attachment in their own life. The journey begins not with a dramatic act, but with a quiet breath. Perhaps today, as you listen, you will find the courage to open your hand, soften your heart, and allow peace to enter. Because when you finally let go, not tomorrow, not someday, but now, peace is already waiting for you. Why we struggle to let go? If letting go brings peace, then why is it so difficult? Why do we hold on to people, possessions, and ideas even when they clearly cause us pain? The Buddha identified this tendency as tanha craving, the thirst that drives us to cling. This craving is not just about material things. It is woven into the very fabric of how we experience life. One of the main reasons we struggle to let go is the illusion of permanence. Deep down, we want to believe that things will stay the same, that relationships will last forever, that success will always be ours, that youth and health will never fade. Yet the reality of impermanent Sanika is unshakable. Everything changes. To cling is to resist the flow of reality, and that resistance breeds suffering. Still, our minds prefer the comfort of false security over the uncertainty of truth, so we grasp tightly, hoping to freeze what cannot be frozen. Another reason is the ego's hunger for control. The self-errata constantly seeks to reinforce its existence. We cling to identities, achievements, and opinions because they make us feel solid and important. When someone challenges us, or when life takes an unexpected turn, the ego feels threatened. Instead of softening, it reacts by holding on more fiercely. In this way, attachment becomes armor in an attempt to shield the fragile self from the reality that nothing can be possessed forever. We also hold on because of fear of emptiness. Letting go feels like stepping into a void. God, if I release this relationship, who will I be without it? If I stop chasing this dream, what meaning will remain in my life? The fear of nothingness blinds us to the truth that emptiness is not loss, is space. Just as a cup must be empty before it can be filled, our lives need openness in order to welcome new experiences, growth, and peace. And then there is the weight of memory. The human heart clings not only to what it loves, but also to what has hurt it. We replay old conversations, relive betrayals, reopen wounds that should have been allowed to heal. In doing so, we carry the past into the present, dragging chains of anger, guilt, and regret. Letting go feels impossible because we have mistaken suffering for identity, believing, without this pain, I wouldn't know who I am. The Buddha compared this to carrying a burning coal in your hand. Even as it scorches, we clutch it, unwilling to drop it, believing it belongs to us. The irony is clear. The fire only hurts because we refuse to release it. Understanding why we cling is the first step to freedom. We do not hold on because we are weak. We hold on because we are human. But when we see clearly the illusions of permanence, control, fear, and memory, we begin to loosen our grip. Awareness is the beginning of letting go. The meaning of letting go in Buddhism, when many people hear the phrase let go, they imagine abandonment, giving up on responsibilities, relationships, or even life itself. But in Buddhism, letting go does not mean neglect. It means releasing the grasp of attachment while still engaging with life fully and compassionately. It is not about escaping reality, but embracing it with clarity and wisdom. At the heart of Buddhist teaching is the truth of impermanence, Annika. Everything we see, touch, or love is in constant motion, rising, changing, and eventually fading. To cling to what cannot remain is like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you grip, the faster it slips away. Letting go, then, is not a loss, it is an alignment with the natural flow of existence. It is the recognition that peace is found not in resisting change, but in moving gracefully with it. Buddhism also reminds us of non-self anatta. Much of our suffering comes from the illusion that we possess things, people, or even identities. We say my success, my partner, my body, my story. But none of these truly belong to us. They are passing conditions dependent on countless causes beyond our control. When we let go, we do not lose ourselves. Rather, we see that the self was never as solid as we thought. This realization opens the heart to compassion for ourselves and for others, because we recognize that all beings share the same fragile, ever-changing nature. Another vital element is equanimity, upekkha. To let go is to cultivate a balanced mind that neither clings to pleasure nor resists pain. It does not mean suppressing feelings. Instead, it means experiencing them fully without being enslaved by them. Imagine standing in the middle of a river. You feel the current pushing against your legs, but you remain steady. Joy and sorrow flow past like waves. You notice them, you honor them, but you do not drown in them. This is the equanimity of letting go. There is also the aspect of trust in the law of cause and effect, or karma. Letting go does not mean becoming passive or careless. It means planting wholesome seeds through mindful actions, words and thoughts, and then releasing attachment to the outcome. We do our part, but we do not strangle the future with anxiety. In this way, letting go is not defeated as a partnership with the universe, an openness to life as it unfolds. Ultimately, letting go is not about having less. It is about being free. Free from the chains of craving, free from the prison of fear, free from the endless burden of mind and must. The Buddha's wisdom invites us to live fully, love deeply, and act wisely without being bound by what we cannot control. And in that freedom, peace naturally arises. The path to practicing letting go, knowing the wisdom of letting go, is one thing, living it is another. The Buddha did not simply teach ideas. He offered practices that transform the mind. Letting go is a skill, a daily training that softens our grip on craving and opens the door to peace. The first step is awareness. We cannot release what we do not notice. Begin by observing. What am I clinging to right now? It may be a thought that replays endlessly, a desire for approval, or a fear of losing control. Simply naming it, I am holding on to fear, or I am holding on to anger, already loosens its hold. As the Buddha taught, awareness is the first light that dispels the darkness of ignorance. The second step is reflection. Once we see what we cling to, we contemplate its nature. Is this permanent? Does it truly belong to me? Does clinging to it bring joy or suffering? Reflection reveals that most of what we clutch is built on sand, changing, uncertain, unable to satisfy us fully. This insight does not come through force, but through gentle inquiry, like turning a gem slowly in the sunlight. The third step is meditation. Meditation offers a safe place to practice letting go in real time. With each breath, we learn to release tension in the body, thoughts in the mind, and heaviness in the heart. A simple practice is mindful breathing. Inhale and silently say, I know I am breathing in. Exhale and say, I release. This rhythm teaches the body and mind the art of surrender. Over time, the habit of release and meditation extends naturally into daily life. The fourth step is acts of generosity and compassion. When we give freely, whether it is time, attention, or kindness, we practice loosening the grip of self-centeredness. Generosity teaches us that joy does not come from holding tightly, but from sharing. Compassion, too, allows us to release resentment and anger, transforming clinging into care. Every act of giving is a small rehearsal for the great act of letting go. The fifth step is trusting the law of cause and effect. We plant seeds through our choices, but we cannot control when or how they will grow. Letting go means doing our best, then allowing life to unfold. This trust is not blind faith. It is confidence in a natural law that everything ripens according to its causes. With trust, anxiety softens, and peace has space to grow. Letting go is not achieved in a single moment. It is practiced moment by moment. Each time we notice, reflect, breathe, give, and trust, the chains of attachment loosen a little more. Slowly, the heart grows lighter, the mind grows clearer. And one day, we realize the truth. Letting go was never about losing it. It was about finding the peace that was always within us. As we arrive at the end of this journey, let us pause and remember the simple yet profound truth. Suffering is not created by life itself. It is created by the way we hold on. We grasp at certainty, at people, at outcomes, hoping they will complete us or guarantee happiness. Yet, as the Buddha so gently pointed out, grasping at what is impermanent is like holding fire in our hands. The pain is not in the flame itself, but in our refusal to release it. Letting go, then, is not an act of weakness, but of wisdom. It is not about turning away from life, but about turning toward it with open eyes and an open heart. When we let go, we stop trying to force the river to flow our way, and we begin to float with its current. We discover that surrender is not defeat, it is freedom. Throughout this exploration, we have seen why letting go feels so difficult, our illusions of permanence, our need for control, our fear of emptiness, and the weight of memory. These forces tie us in knots, but awareness begins to loosen them. We have also learned what letting go truly means in Buddhism, living in harmony with impermanence, seeing through the illusion of self, cultivating equanimity, and trusting the unfolding of cause and effect. And finally, we have walked the path of practice awareness. Reflection, meditation, generosity, and trust as concrete steps toward liberation. But perhaps the most important reminder is this: letting go is not something we achieve once and for all. It is a lifelong practice, repeated in small ways each day. We let go when we release a grudge instead of replaying it. We let go when we breathe through anxiety instead of drowning in it. We let go when we choose compassion over resentment, trust over fear, presence over regret. Every act of release, however small, is a step closer to peace. No, peace is not far away, it is here. It is waiting in the very moment you decide to open your hand, soften your heart, and allow life to be as it is. Peace is not given by the world. It arises when the mind is free from its own chains. So the invitation is simple. Try it today. Choose one thing you've been clinging to: an expectation, a memory, a worry. Take a breath, acknowledge it, and then gently let it go. Notice the space that opens within you, the lightness that begins to fill you. That is the first taste of liberation. As you continue this practice, remember the words that echo through Buddhist wisdom. When you finally let go, peace arrives. It's not as a gift from outside, but as the natural state of your own heart. May you walk gently, may you release freely, and may peace always find you.